no better place to continue our discussion than the Sydney Sweeney update. This actress decided to star in an ad for American Eagle jeans. She celebrated her jeans, play on words, both the jeans she had on her body and the jeans she has in her body. The leftist meltdown continues. I'll just give you the latest. Turning Point sent a reporter named Savannah Hernandez to go ask a bunch of liberals at some sort of a conference how they feel about the Sweeney ad and got some fresh reaction. Here's how that went over the weekend.
The Sydney Sweeney ad, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
I mean, I thought, it was disgusting. I think it's just showing what kind of country we're turning into. It's white supremacy at the end of the day. That's what this ad is representing.
And comparing the blue jeans to blue jeans, blue blood, white hair, not white hair, but like blonde hair, blue eyes, and there's been a lot of comparison to that. I think it's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not a good look. I mean, she's blonde hair, blue-eyed, white woman, very cute, and
whatever the intentions were, the impact is very problematic.
It's not acceptable to begin with.
I mean, ironically, what I'd really love to do for all those women is introduce them to the glories of self-tanner. Just one little application. It doesn't take much. Takes off 10 pounds, makes you feel like $1 million. They're a little too, those ladies themselves, a little too in favor of white skin, in my opinion. They're the eugenicists, Michael. They're all homely. They're all overweight. They're at something called a Rage Against the Regime protest, where the number one rule, I looked it up on the back of that woman has a sign, and the number one rule is wear PPE, your personal protective equipment, like it's COVID, like it's March 2020. Mm-hmm. And they're really pissed off about Sydney Sweeney and her jeans, Michael.
Hot girls have aroused the ire of many, many a lady in the course of history. I'm trying to figure out what their exact claim is. So you heard the first lady starts out talking about eugenics, says the problem with this ad is it promotes eugenics, which is ironic because every single one of those women supports Planned Parenthood, wants more federal funding to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood was founded in the eugenics movement by one of the most prominent eugenicists in the country for eugenics purposes.
Yes, she actually wanted to kill black babies.
Yes, in fact, I think the line from Woman in the New Race is, we don't want word to get out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, which, however one reads the phrase, would seem to undercut the argument of these women. So that's the first part. Eugenics is good sometimes, it's bad sometimes. I guess in reality, by a broad definition, marrying a hot person is a form of eugenics. In the sense that eugenics just means good genes. So everyone wants to marry the hottest, smartest, coolest person they can find. That's a kind of eugenics, I guess. The bad kind of eugenics is like Planned Parenthood, when you want to kill a bunch of babies, or Hitler, where you want to exterminate whole races. But there's a good kind, I guess. People have good genes. Which brings me to my second question. Is the left now claiming that some people are not born naturally more beautiful than others? Is that the claim? The claim is that everyone is naturally just as hot? Are they going to look? They tell a lot of lies about biology and human nature and society, but they're going to look us in the face and say, some people are not born hotter than others. Sydney Sweeney looks just like every other woman that's ever been born. Is that the argument?
Yes, that is how they talk. That's why you, as a cisgendered heterosexual male, are a transphobe and a bigot if you were single, would refuse to date a trans woman as opposed to an actual woman. You have to like penis if it's attached to someone wearing a dress with fake boobs, or you're a bigot. Those are their rules.
I guess, actually, that's a very good point, Megyn. It's very insightful about liberalism, which is that liberalism broadly is about denying natural difference. So we're told that when we're born, we're all tabula rasa, we're all just total blank slates. Every child can be an astronaut or the president. There's no distinction whatsoever. And the fact is that isn't true. I flatter myself that I was the product of at least some eugenicist calculations. I hope so. But I'm probably not I'm probably not going to be an NBA star. That's probably not going to happen. I'm probably not. I don't know. I'm not going to be a linebacker. That's for sure. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not even going to be able to be a mathematician. Probably. You know, there are certain.
You are an intellectual linebacker.
Yes, that's right. There are limits that are just placed on human beings, and one of those limits is we look a certain way. You know, we have bodies and some bodies look better than others. And I guess this is the thrust of the American Eagle ad is, this rediscovery of marketing 101, that when you put very beautiful people in a product, you sell more of that product. And I'm sure this conversation actually did take place in the boardroom. I'm sure that when they pitched this ad, they said, look, we're going to do something really, really edgy that hasn't been done for 10 years. It's going to be the opposite of that Jaguar eunuch androgynous commercial from 6 months ago. We're going to put a really hot lady in the jeans and say, this lady's really hot by the jeans. And we're going to do what marketers did for all of human history. And we think it's going to work again.
They're so right. They've made $200 million at least off of this ad, according to the stock price rise.
In one day on market cap.
And now it's even up higher because President Trump tweeted about it, or posted on Truth Social, which also makes its way over to X, the following. This is one of the classic Trump tweets of all time, and that's saying something. Now, he found out that she's a registered Republican. That hit the news this weekend. Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there, he writes. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off of the shelves. Go get 'em, Sydney! Exclamation point. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement that is a total disaster, in all caps. The CEO just resigned in disgrace, and the company is in absolute turmoil. Who wants to buy a Jaguar after looking at that disgraceful ad? I'll show it to you in a minute, audience. Shouldn't they have learned a lesson from Bud Light, which went woke and essentially destroyed in a short campaign the company? The market cap destruction has been unprecedented, with billions of dollars so foolishly lost. Or just look at woke singer Taylor Swift. Here we go, cherry on top. Ever since I alerted the world as to what she was by saying on Truth that I can't stand her, hate, in all caps with an exclamation point, she was booed out of the Super Bowl and became no longer hot, in all caps. The tide has seriously turned. Being woke is for losers. Being Republican is what you want to be. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It's the greatest. It's so right. He's right. What did he say that was wrong in there? Absolutely nothing. And if you doubt me, folks at home, here's the Jaguar ad, which doesn't even show a damn car. It just shows a bunch of ugly pride people. Here it is. It's like from the year 3000 for the listening audience. It says create exuberant. It's people in like orange and red, live vivid. A man with little Lord Fauntleroy hair painting something. I don't know what that is. Everyone's androgynous. There's no gender.
Everyone's androgynous. That's the key feature.
You can't see, like, copy nothing. Where's the fucking car? Okay, where's the Jaguar? There's no car. I just want to say this, Michael Knowles. When I was a young lawyer at Bickle & Brewer, which is a very cool firm, it was like Rambo litigation. We were tough. I loved it. If you made partner there, they would get you a Jaguar. And the Jaguars back then, this is 1995, they were gorgeous. They were sleek. You could get it in white or green, and they had the little Jaguar in the front. And it was like a man's sports car because it was an overwhelmingly male firm, as most law firms were. And it was like hashtag goals to get a Jaguar. Now you've got the Dylan Mulvaney of sports cars. And guess what? No one wanted one. Trump is 100% right. They just canned their loser, weird, also androgynous looking CEO who was all about the pride and leaned into that weird messaging, tanking the brand. And now they've got to rebuild from basically scratch. Now Jaguar really is the Bud Light of cars. And American Eagle went a different route and is rolling in money.
Of course. You know, when you look at the Jaguar ad, what's striking about it is not that these people couldn't look good. Some of them could look pretty good. You know, a man can look good, a woman can look good, a white person can look good, a black person can look good. But you're going to look good by being what you are. what you are naturally good at and good for. So when a man acts like a man, he can look good. When a man acts like a woman, he's never going to look good. Same thing.
Look at that
with
first
the
person.
women.
Just to put out, when they started that ad, I don't know what that was. That first person that came out had breasts, but looked like a man and walked like a man and had a huge afro that was androgynous. So no way of telling. But the person was walking exactly like a man with boobs. Keep going.
Yes, this is the problem. I mean, even down to grotesque pictures through all of history. I think even down to the really grotesque demonic image of Baphomet, a very famous image. What is distinctive about it is it's the mixing of all these features, human and animal, male and female, but all together. But it's all jumbled in a way that's totally incoherent and naturally repellent. Whereas American Eagle gets this really good-looking woman, and she's wearing ladies' jeans, and she's walking like a lady, and she's talking like a lady. They could have made commercials with a guy. They could have made commercials with people of other races. They could have done any number of commercials that would have worked. She happens to be the Hollywood starlet at the moment right now. And Trump is this absolute culture vulture who just gets where the winds are moving. Because the one pushback I've heard to conservatives happy about Sydney Sweeney, two pushbacks, but one in particular is, well, I thought we didn't care what celebrities think. And I thought, listen, you're telling me the people who have said now for 20 years, politics is downstream of culture, and we need to win back the culture, and we need pop culture figures, whatever. Of course it matters what celebrities think. This is politics. Politics is the public. These are public figures. They do carry sway. They do influence people. We have parasocial attachments to them. We say we don't care what celebrities think because the celebrities used to be uniformly on the left. But President Trump, being a massive celebrity and pop culture figure, when he took over the Republican Party, that really opened the gates to conservatives to be able to assert ourselves in pop culture. Final point on Sydney Sweeney, now that it's come out that she's a registered Republican, a lot of people are surprised by this. It's because they don't know one of the rules of thumb in Hollywood, which is if a celebrity is not constantly braying about his politics, he's a Republican. Every time.
Yes.
Every single time.
100%. I know a lot of them. I've known them for years, and they stay underground because they love acting, and it's totally understandable. And you yourself were a famous child actor, so you are of Hollywood, and you know this firsthand, I'm sure. They just keep their mouths shut. If you don't know what their political affiliation is, they're a Republican.
You could lose your whole livelihood, of course. And so you see someone like Sydney Sweeney, and the thing that I really love about her as a public figure is she's pretty, she's a pretty good actress, and she just leaves it at that. She just seems nice, seems kind of pleasant, seems generally happy, isn't yelling at me about abortion or whatever. She's great. She's just exactly what you expect out of a Hollywood starlet. And because of that, she was obviously a Republican. Obvious.
Totally obvious. And now we see the video getting released online of her at the shooting range doing rather well. This hit over the weekend. Watch.
Eyes up here.
Wow. 9:21. Oh my God, girl! Was it your first time? That was really good.
You're going dog nuts. I mean,
Ready, girl? Yes.
Sydney Sweeney has great splits.
Okay, so there we go. You get it. All you had to show us was that video, and we would have known she was a Republican. We didn't actually need somebody to dig up the voter registration.
Yes. Look, I don't need Sydney Sweeney now to go out there and talk about how great Edmund Burke is. I don't need her to go out there and lecture on the Federalist Papers. Sydney Sweeney, if she just wants to keep doing what she's doing, being a prominent Hollywood actress, playing her parts, doing her movies, and just opening up that aperture, just not being on the left, just pointing out that now that screechy, whiny, cringe-inducing, saccharine, insufferable culture of leftist Hollywood is on the back foot, and people don't really like it anymore. And we actually just reelected, with the popular vote, one of the most famous right-wing celebrities of our lifetime. You know, great. I'll take that. Is the win. It's not that the right needs to constantly dominate everything explicitly. We just want to be the normal. And right now, the normal is not, Susan Sarandon ranting about some leftist cause. Right now, the normal is Sydney Sweeney and Donald Trump.
Since President Trump was sworn in, his administration has made enormous progress at a breakneck pace. But don't forget, while they are moving mountains for the good of the nation, you've got your personal savings to worry about. And one of the best ways to look after your savings is through diversification, particularly with gold, like from Birch Gold Group. In the past 12 months, the value of gold has increased by 40%. And Birch was an advertiser on this show 12 months ago. If you had purchased then, you'd be 40% richer today. Now's the time. Central banks continue to bolster demand for gold by burying in record quantities. Global instability and tension is high, and Birch Gold makes owning physical gold so easy. Easily convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or buy some to store in your home safe. Just text MK to the number 989898, and Birch Gold is going to send you a free info kit on gold. Look into it, see if it's right for you. There's no obligation, just useful information to help you make a decision. With an A+ rating, with a Better Business Bureau, and tens of thousands of happy customers, take control of your savings today. Text MK to 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.